By the way, nothing in this video is 100% accurate. So as you know, Apocalypse Rising 2 is going to become free in the near future. I know most of you guys are anxious about how this game is going to turn out because of your previous experiences with the first Apocalypse Rising game, or you just know about how infested with exploiters it got. Most of you have probably already encountered some type of hacker in the current alpha stage of Apocalypse Rising 2, and can I just say it's annoying, very annoying.
I have heard systems.
God! I've seen a ton of comments on my channel talking about how everyone is worried about how this is going to end up being a repeat of the first game, but I'm here to tell you that it's not, and here's why. So to begin with, many exploits that have been used on Apocalypse Rising are quite literally impossible on Apocalypse Rising 2. Some of the hacks that you've seen, like the flying car in Apocalypse Rising, just cannot be done in this game, since they built the game from the ground up. They are also much harder to find and create, since the source code has not been leaked for this game, and hopefully will never. Although Gusmanic has stated that we'll patch exploits whenever possible, as we have done throughout the alpha stage, I mean, it does give us some reassurance, but how much? I mean, no matter how powerful any anti-cheat is in any game, people are still going to find their way to get around it. And one of the major issues with Apoc 1 when it launched was the lack of moderation, if any at all. Now, the difference between the two is that Apocalypse Rising 2 actually has active moderators with tons of growing support, unlike the first game. Upon other issues, it wasn't actually 100% the developer's fault, but rather Roblox itself was to blame partially, as at the time, Roblox's anti-cheat was horrible, and you can pretty much just easily bypass it. Also, the source code for Apocalypse Rising was leaked, which made problems even worse. For those who don't understand what source code is, it's just like the recipe for a dish with all the instructions, and the code is just the dish itself. So in this case, you pretty much have the full game in front of you, which is how people were able to create these insane exploit menus in the first game. Again, unlike Apocalypse Rising in the 2015 Roblox Winter Games incident, the second game hasn't gone through the events that the first one has been through. This completely changes trajectory for hackers getting into this game. Hacks on Roblox are generally very easy to find. A simple search on YouTube could get you a script for games like Phantom Forces, Apocalypse Rising, and tons more. But the fear that hackers could ruin Apocalypse Rising 2 is a very serious problem. And with the free release of the game coming ever so soon, DualPoint has to do something to prevent exploits on a large scale. Most people are suggesting a vote kicking system. This would be an option, but then again, people can just abuse it and innocent people can be kicked out of the game, which doesn't really solve the problem at all. Another potential option would be an IP ban. This would solve all problems for the most part, but Roblox doesn't allow developers to have that much power. But honestly, it's really the only move to combat the amount of hackers on a large scale that is Roblox. The last possible option would be to keep it a paid game, but at a very low cost, like 25 Robux, which is equivalent to 25 cents. If you think about this, let's say a hacker gets caught and then banned from the game with their account. They can't just make a new account and join right back like you would in a free game. They would actually have to spend a minuscule amount of money to get back in, but to my knowledge, Gus is keeping his promise that the game will eventually be free to play. I 100% respect his decision. All problems aside, I'm putting all my trust in DualPoint and its team to prevent another mess from happening. From a developer standpoint, it's not easy to develop a game on a scale this large, especially with a very small dev team. Coming from experience developing applications, as a soon-to-be software engineer in the next few years, I can say it's really not as easy as most of you think it actually is. And I know you guys are very anxious for waiting for new updates to roll out, and most importantly, the hacker issue to be solved, but just be patient with them. Let them take their time and don't be a backseat developer. As said by one of the lead developers, Hutch, while we appreciate your concern on these subjects, please trust us when we say that we know what we're doing. We have done the research and have connections to confidently make these decisions. All we ask is that you please be patient while we work towards the free release. Until then, trust that we will update the anti-cheat when non-intrusive patches are available, and we will continue to support our moderation staff with the tools they need to combat exploiters. Well guys, he said it there, and hopefully this gives you guys some reassurance, but thank you guys for watching, and hit that subscribe button, it means the world to me. And as always, have a nice day.